Alright, can you see me now? Welcome, YouTube fans. Okay, so I have a spare lamp with me, so that way I can hopefully show off the details of my dolls a little bit better, because I have two very special doll reviews to do. These are the last of the 14 custom dolls that I originally spoke about, and they're very special. So I have a Teen Skipper and an Olsen twin doll. And the Teen Skipper, you can see here, I've transformed her into a fairy queen. So what I did was I took my doll, and luckily I have this stand here, and she has this gossamer fabric. It was actually part of a dress that I once had. Like in the 90s, we all had those like sheer cover dresses, like over a slip dress, so that's what this was. And it has butterflies on it with little sequences. So when the fabric frayed and tore, I think I had put it in the washing machine or something, and I basically just took some tulle and I wrapped it around her to just make the dress. And then I took some tulle and I wrapped it around her waist in place. And that's pretty much the dress. So with her face, dear God, okay. Working on the light. There we go. So with her face, I didn't do anything different to it, but I did put my own earrings in her ears. I super glued these dangly butterfly earrings. I styled her hair into this ponytail with a wrap, and I glued that in place, and I left this dangling piece here. I took one of the butterflies, I cut that out, and I glued it onto the top of her dress. And then this actually is a very long charm earring. I would wear these and they'd get tangled in my hair, so after a while I stopped wearing them. So I just broke it off with a pin, and I glued that to the dress. These wings are just, you can buy them at the craft store kind of wings. They're just, you know, that stretchy pantyhose-like material over a wireframe. But I glued in the jewel studs. You'll see here this little spray. I used to make head wreaths, and I did this bridal winter themed one. So I had a whole bunch of this, and I glued some to the top of her wings so it arches, and then I glued it to the bottom of the wing so it comes out. Then there are two strands of pearl that hang from the back of her dress, right in the center where the wings are. And I wanted it to have that ragged, ghostly, gossamer look to it. With this wand, this staff, I took a chopstick. I glued it to her hand. I took pipe cleaner, wrapped it around. I took a string of fake pearls and wrapped that around. I took these butterfly buttons I had. They were on a one of those boards where they have ribbons crisscrossing and you slide pictures onto it. So I took the butterfly buttons, and with these I managed to attach them to her feet with some more of the string pearls. So I glued one on top, and then when I had this a little bit of I'm not sure, like Easter grass pom-pom stuff, and then I glued a jewel into the center of the butterfly. So this one is very, very special and beautiful, and I spent, you know, a good amount of time on her making sure that things turned out right. And this was the stand I put her on, and as you can see I also tried to glue the staff onto it, but then when we moved I had to put her in a box, and it didn't quite stay so well. Did I glue? Oh, I guess I had to glue that in place as well. So that's the Teen Skipper turned Fairy Queen. She's one of my favorites. Not only because she turned out so well, but because I just love fairies in the first place. And then my Olsen twin turned into a centaur. Now, the Olsen twins, they had a series of dolls come out based on the movies that they had done, and I had a couple sets. So, after a while, because it's like I had the two that had like the short style hair, and then I had two like with long, straight gelled hair. And I took one, and my zodiac is the centaur. I'm born in December, so wanting to have a zodiac toy themed after me, I took one of those cheap horses from the dollar store. It's hollow, it's just covered in felt, and I cut off its head, Queen of Hearts style, and I took the fuzzy mane off of its head. I took her legs, and all I did was just pop off the legs, so she still is on her waist, and she can still pivot. See? Do, do, do. And I set her in there, and then I just kind of like went around with hot glue. And then once we got to the top, I took some black tape. It's not electrical tape, but it was tape. I wrapped it to connect her body to the horse, and then to cover that up, I used the horse's mane. So that's why there's this fuzz, but you can still see there's the tape here and there. And then I took some of this, I think it was like a shoelace, and tied it around her waist to have some rope, and then I tied it on either of her arms, like little armbands. This is an ear cuff that I put around her neck, and it makes like a really nice centerpiece. Then I took a black permanent marker and I colored her hair. I was very careful about it, so that way I didn't mark on her face. It was very thorough. I went all the way into it. I didn't do anything special to her face or anything like that, but I definitely went creative on this, and I haven't been able to find any other of these horses, even though I go to the dollar store a lot. It's like they don't make them anymore, or they're just, I don't know, they don't carry them. So I've wanted to do another one. I just haven't been able to find another horse, and this I did years ago, probably like 8-10 years ago. So I mean, it's been a while. She just happened to be one of the dolls I still had. I've come across 2 more Olsen twin dolls through the flea markets and yard sales lately, and I kept one for my doll collection and gave one to my daughter for hers. But you know, if I find another horse, I might just take one to try this again. So you can see, this is just a regular ear cuff that I used to wear all the time. But I thought it would make a nice collar for her, because you can bend it around her neck in place. And then with the crescent moon, I named her Diana. Even though I know there's a goddess of the hunt named Diana and everything, I just I thought that it would be a nice homage to her. So, a very simple craft, actually, but it turns out to be a fan favorite. A lot of people, when they see this, they are like, oh my god, really? And I chose the Olsen twin because her body was more proportionate to that of a regular Barbie doll. A regular Barbie would have been much taller, the arms would have been longer, and plus would have been heavier, and would make the body tip over since these are hollow. So you have to choose the right size doll in order to proportion it to the horse. And I just happened to find a good match here with a cheapo dollar store, you know, hollow felt horse toy and an Olsen twin doll. And this concludes my customs 13 and 14, Fairy Queen and Centaur Girl. Thank you guys so much for watching and being faithful subscribers. And that is not going to be like the only custom dolls I'll do. It's just these were dolls that I have had for years and have already custom way before I knew there was a customizing community, and also people putting them online to show how they did it and everything. So hopefully if I do get like an actual recording camera and not just a phone or a tablet to use, I'll be able to do another custom and actually record the process. That's what I'm hoping for. But otherwise, you'll just get to hear me talk about it and show it off. Yay! Alright, thanks guys so much for watching. Bye.